This video is an extract from a 1-hour session packed with top tips for artists. Thanks for watching and enjoy this free video. Welcome to this surgery session about pricing your art with myself and with Emma. I thought we'd quickly introduce ourselves. So do you want to tell them a bit about you?
Hi, I'm Emma Parker, and I co-founded Parker Harris back in the 1990s. We've been working with artists, galleries, curators, and our job is to create exhibitions and art projects. And we've worked all over the UK, major galleries, small galleries, museums, and we've also worked all over the world. So we've got quite a good understanding of artists and how artists work, how they sell their work. And I think really importantly for today, the exhibitions that we've managed to have showcased art pricing from hundreds of pounds to tens of thousands of pounds by artists in all stages of their careers, from people who are just leaving college, maybe who haven't even been to college and are just starting out as artists, right the way through to serious, major, professional, well-known household names. I think it's also important to say, I love art. I live and breathe it. And I buy art and I commission artists. So this is, as I say, not just a profession, it is also a passion. Maureen, perhaps you'd like to tell everybody a little bit about you.
Hi everyone, if it's our first time meeting, I'm Maureen. I handle all the communications and the marketing for Parker Harris and also for all the exhibitions and prizes that we look after. And also I mentor artists and help artists with their own press and social media. So let's get started with the topic of the day. Pricing your art, which isn't an easy subject.
You're absolutely right. This is a very difficult subject for most artists. Artists find it really hard to price their own work. And actually, that's why many galleries exist, because they help artists to work out the right level of pricing. Many artists feel an imposter syndrome. They feel they shouldn't be charging anything for their art. It's like selling part of their soul, something that you've put your heart and soul into. And as a result, many artists that we know and have come across undervalue their work. They underprice it and therefore they undervalue it. It's difficult. So the very first, and I think the most important be consistent with your pricing. Why is this so important? And why is it so often misunderstood by artists? Well, you don't want to end up in this particular situation. This scenario was really uncomfortable. If someone wants to buy your work, they want to be able to buy it at one price, not at different prices. So not at different prices, whether it's in a venue, in person, in a gallery, or in your studio. And why not? Because you'd be undermining the relationship you might be having or might want to have with a gallery. It's really confusing. You're also slightly raising suspicion for a possible buyer. They're going to think, well, hang on a second. If I can get it for £100 there, but it's £200 there, is it really worth £100? Is it worth £200? Is it even worth £100? You're causing a kind of conflict with the buyer before you've even got a relationship going. So, golden rule, be consistent with your pricing. So, an example, if your work is selling in one place for £1,000, it could be $1,000, it could be £100, but it's a particular price, and we've chosen £1,000. Don't put the same work or the same size of work or the same kind of work for less than £1,000. Does that make sense? Now, this is wherever it is. If it's in the gallery, on your website, in your studio, or anywhere else, an open call, group exhibition, an art prize, the price must be the same regardless of location or indeed the commission that's being taken from that gallery or from that art prize or from that group exhibition.
This is the golden rule, which is to be consistent with your price no matter where you're selling the work, No matter who you're selling the work to, the price is the price. So that's do number one. And your second do is about the cost of materials and making the work.
Yes, it's very easy for anyone making artwork, whether you're making a print or a painting or a more expensive item to make, like a piece of sculpture, to forget to include or not to consider including the costs of the materials or indeed the costs of making. So for instance, if you're a printmaker, are you remembering to keep a note of all of the costs, including things like studio time within a print studio or within the foundry? Keep these prices, keep these costs. Not only will these help you to define your price, and we'll come on to that a little bit later, but in many cases, you can actually have these as tax deductible items. If you're making enough money that you're able to have an accountant, please check with your accountant. But in most cases, you will find that the making materials are tax deductible. So really, it's important that you keep a note of all these costs. And the costs are the materials, whether that's your canvas, your paint, but also, as I say, your professional costs. So your framing, your transportations, and any of the utilities that you might be using. That includes your own studio rent and lighting and heating and water, etc., but also the studio time if you're a printmaker or, as I say, if you're a sculptor. These are really important for you to remember to keep a note of so that you can add them into your pricing formula. I think that will help a lot of artists be able just to work out that they are not losing money when they're pricing their work, because it's very easy just to think, well, I spent X amount of time making it, therefore I'm going to charge X price. And then they realize that actually they've included the framing, they've included the transportation, and they've also included into that their cost of the studio, which actually means that after all of those things, they're making nothing. So please remember that that's a really important thing to do.
Thank you for watching this video. To watch the full 1-hour video and get our step-by-step advice, then click the link below to join the Art Ladder today. For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the link below for more artist resources.